Happy Monday. So, first of all, you probably are all wondering, like, why is she so lit already on a Monday morning? Well, first of all, I'm super excited to talk about today's topic. Um, if you guys saw today's postcard, you'll see that what we're talking about is the quote, "You get what you focus on." First of all, I have to tell you guys a little story so you can see exactly why I am so excited. So, first of all, I'm very excited about that being today's quote, not only because it is chapter 4 of my upcoming book, Life After 25, Intuitively Me. However, let me tell you something. Okay, so the quotes in the lessons that I choose to talk about every week on Get Motivated with Misha are quotes that are not handpicked, but quotes that are picked at random. So earlier this year, I paid someone to put together a lot of different quotes in which I could teach different lessons off of, right? Just to kind of relate to my audience and help them with different topics of discussions and things that happen in life, okay? So, in no type of, rhyme or reason, without me even reviewing it ahead of time, I literally go down the list, and every week I pick a new quote based on where they are in the list chronologically. So week 1, when I started doing Get Motivated with Misha, I pick the first quote. Week 2, I went to the next quote, and so on and so forth. So I've literally been going down the list in this folder of quotes that I have every week and choosing the topic of discussion that way, right? So that means beforehand, because I'm not reviewing them, I don't know what we're going to talk about next week until I go look at what's going to be talked about next week, right? So I guess the thing that kind of trips me out, first off, I'm really big on, for one, you get what you focus on, and you get what you put out into the universe, because the universe really does control all, and we control the universe with our minds. I'm all about the mindset, right? I'm all about motivating your mindset. I'm all about controlling how things happen in your life using this, because it really does start with this. So the reason why I'm telling you all this stuff and how I want you to tie this into each other to where it makes sense to you, so you can see why I'm so excited about it. How is it that it was organized in the universe that this particular quote will end up being the quote that we talk about 1 week from the event? Again, this is chapter 4 in my book. This is probably the longest chapter in my book because I talk so much about my personal life, my childhood, where I started from, relationships, but it's also the quote that I choose to use for the back of my book. Let me tell you what that was, ladies and gentlemen. Let me tell you what happened. That was a primary example of the law of attraction, right? So same thing as that quote says, you get what you focus on. It primarily relates to the law of attraction. So I'm a great example of that. Who knew that this quote would be the thing that we discussed 1 week from the event? Perfect opportunity to kind of talk about something that's going to be in the book that you guys are going to pre-order anyways. Because I attracted it to myself. Because I'm already expecting that once I put this piece of work out into the world, even though it's super, personal, I know that it's going to be a big hit. I know that it's going to resonate with a lot of people. And so I'm already attracting that success where I get to further talk about and give you guys another snippet, of what's going to be in this book. I also talked about this particular chapter on a recent radio show that I did. So if you guys do want to hear a little bit about what the chapter is about, you're able to review the radio show for when I hosted the Women's Day event. So it's just like funny how this same chapter keeps being the thing that I highlight in promos, but it's also the most deep chapter. It's the most personal chapter from my life. You know what I mean? So I think that this is a really big deal for me, per se, because that is probably the chapter that I needed to write in order to start healing from some of these things that have happened. So I just think it's awesome, and I just wanted to point out how crazy the universe works and how the universe gives us these signs where you may not have the epiphany until something like this happens and it's presented to you so many times. So I just had mine, like, this was the healing chapter for me. You know what I mean? So it's helping me heal because I'm going to put it out there and share it with you. regardless of the fact that I could be judged, regardless of the fact that people may like it, people may not, people may get mad. You know what I mean? But it was a healing point for myself. So, first off, what I want you guys, I said that backwards, what I want you guys to focus on this week is, first of all, identify where your primary focus is in your life. What's important to you? What do you place a lot of precedence on? What do you spend a lot of time on? Because a lot of times we don't realize where our priorities lie until we're challenged to think about where we spend a lot of our time. What do you constantly focus on the daily basis, day in, day out, weekly basis? Where's most of your time going? Is it going towards, you sitting around having drinks with friends, turning up? That's a priority then. Is it going towards you spending time with your kids? That's a priority. Really evaluate where your time goes daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, okay? And then also evaluate some of the things that have happened in your life within the last 365 days and how it relates to everything else that's happened in your life. So is there a certain familiarity with it? Is there a connection? Is it something that seems to always kind of happen reoccurringly in a merry-go-round type sense where it's like, oh my gosh, this again? You know what I mean? Really look at that, because that has a lot to do with where you spend your time. So, that's kind of what that quote means, is that you get what you focus on. What you attract to you is inevitably, and unfortunately, what you are for real concerned about. You might feel like because, oh, well, I don't like drama or this, and that. Okay. But do you spend a lot of your time feeding drama? You get what I mean? So are you quick to gossip? Are you constantly gossiping, judging people? Whatever, poking fun at people, telling people stuff that you shouldn't be telling them that somebody else told you. Are you a person that kind of feeds into it, even though you feel like, oh, well, I don't like it and I don't want to be a part of it? Because if you're feeding it, then you're going to keep attracting it. So that's you guys' assignment for this week. Where are you spending your time the most? And how does it relate to things that have happened to you in your life? Because I guarantee there's a connector between the two. Okay? And then I want you guys to start thinking about where you need to be spending your time and what you need to start focusing on more in order to get what it is that you actually need and want. Because I guarantee there's a lot of you out there that are like, I really want to be doing this. I really feel like this is something I should be doing. I'm passionate about it. But you're distracted. And so you're constantly attracting things that have nothing to do with what it is that you really need to be doing in this world. It's distracting you from your purpose, essentially. Or, definitely distracting you from things that make you happy. But you're doing it because you're comfortable. So I hope you guys have a great week. And I hope that I was able to motivate you a little bit on today. And, at the end of the day, anything can be fixed. Anything can be worked out. We do a lot of things out of habit, and habits can be broken and new habits can be formed. So I will see you guys in the next video. I hope that I'll see you guys. I hope that I'll see some of you guys, because I know everybody's not going to be able to make it, but I hope that I see some of you guys at the book launch for sure. And if you're not able to make it, definitely pre-order you a book. This is going to be great. It's going to be a good one. The book launch is going to be lit for those that are coming. I'm super excited. I just love having parties. So I'm glad that I have a legit reason that I can have a party, because I'm excited about life after 25, and I'm excited about putting this book out, because this really took a lot of bravery and courage. So stay ambitious, stay motivated, guys.